about 60 different species we catch just in this immediate area. All kinds of different size fins, different colors, all sorts of stuff going on. But when you get right down to eating them, they're all the same. White flaky meat, you get rockfish, tacos on your excursion here in Alaska, this is what you're eating. Now, this is a quillback, and I know that because of the giant quills. And those do have a venom in them. And it's not enough to kill you. It's like getting 15, 16 yellow jacket stains in one spot. And you'll watch it travel up your arm. About 45 minutes to an hour before you can actually eat the top 50 bite. It's no fun. But the food part of it makes it worth the risk because they are delicious. Now,
get a look at his face.
Red king crab, blue king crab, golden king crab. Only two things differ when you target these animals. One of them is the depth of water. The other is the type of bottom. You're very habitat specific. You go looking for their habitat. Red king crab, 42 fathoms you're going to start out. There's 6 feet to a fathom. You're looking for a soft bottom, muddy, sandy bottom. Blue king crab, a little less salinity, gravelly bottom. There's some islands up in the Bering Sea that host those conditions. That's where you go looking for them. These guys will start at 700, 800 feet. We'll go upwards of 2,000 feet looking for these things. They're very slow fishing. You have to be patient to catch these things. Now, once you get them back to the boat, they do have to be a male for us to commercially retain them. You're going to tell by the abdominal flap. The fact that that comes to a point tells me that it's a male. Female is very distinct. What it looks like a fan. The reason she has that, she has a clutch of eggs underneath there. She's protected. Upwards of 250,000 eggs on one of those females. And with all the females out there, why isn't the ocean just sick with these things? Because less than 1/10 of 1% survive. When they hatch, they're microscopic. They don't even resemble a crab. Everything down there is eaten. Now, take the biomass of the female very serious because of that. Our gear is actually set up that we handle as little as possible. But if you should have one in your tank by accident, Fish and Game is going to give you a fine. They don't want you messing around with this. All right, you get back to the boat. They do have to be a male. They have to be a specific size. You see the men run over there when they dump that pot on the table. They're throwing them overboard. They're throwing them in the tank. Years of experience. They got an eye for the obvious. But you always got a handful you're not sure of. And that's when you grab that stick. Anywhere you can get that stick to touch coming across that back makes him legal. You better pay attention because the crab that fits inside this is worth over $100. So you don't want to be throwing $100 bills overboard. You don't want to be so cocky that you think you know what a legal crab looks like and you start throwing shorts in the tank. If they get a hold of those, you're going to get fined. All right. guys. They're from somewhere else. No, that is a juvenile. Not a golden eagle, not a hawk. Takes 4 years to get that white head to tail. Yeah, that was a nice cat. And they are. They come here from other places. They're generationally taught how to fish off this point. They're waiting for the salmon to come right now. There's no way of knowing where they're really from. But I have done some research. And the ones that catch it in midair, they're from Philadelphia.
Nice.
What?
Oh, nice.
Go Eagles. That one's from Denver. Here's my eye dog.
I'm gonna go up inside today there, okay?
Yeah. Do they eat them right away or take them back to the nest and stuff? And both. And a lot of what's going on right now that I've been seeing is they transfer to their beak right away. It's misleading just how big those things are. Look at that. Folks, if you're looking straight up, keep your mouth closed.
Oh my God.
Like I said, this is generationally taught. So juveniles, we root for them. They gotta get this figured out before winter comes.
Anybody got a count yet?
Like I said, there's only 2 or 3 mated pairs that reside here all year. You come here in the second week of October, most of these birds will be up to brick.
They don't necessarily like each other. But they are good. There's a lot of feathers. Keep them down. that's their big predator. They will eat each other, try to get hard. Actually, the crows don't bother them that much. They just clean up after. I mean, when times get tough, I'm sure they're going to eat the crow. I've seen one take a seagull out of